Sometimes you don't know your true potential until someone comes along and talks possibilities to your soul. So, welcome to Gentleman's Perspective, Anthony. It's good to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's a few things that we need to discuss because we share the same mentality when it comes to this.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yeah.
And I feel that men are too shy to show their woman love.
Yeah.
To tell people that they love their woman. There's a lot of things where they don't want to show, but they're quick to go on a date and spend all this money. Do you get what I mean? So I'm saying, like, are things a bit weird? Because to me, that's a bit crazy. Like, they won't be spending their £300 on their woman and love.
Yeah.
But they spend it on a girl. I'll just take on a date just to pop a show and all these things.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on that?
Well, you know what it is? Let's be real.
Yeah.
Right? With some of the guys, it's a lot to do with pride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I agree.
like the way how I've been raised. I've got 3 sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's always love in the house or whatever, and it's one of those things where, because I've got 3 sisters,
Yeah.
the way how I treat a woman is the same way I would want a man to treat my sisters. So it's a case where it's not about just spending money.
Yeah.
It's about love.
Yeah.
And it's about showing people that, you know what I mean, this is my queen, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're proud of her.
And you're proud. So that's what it is. So that's what I think. That's what I think about a lot of things. It's a lot of guys have got too much pride and need to let that go. As a man, and if you got a queen and you're proud of your queen, you need to show people. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So it's one of those things.
And then to like I think men think it's weak. Do you get what I mean? They think it's a sign of weakness. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a weakness.
It's not at all, because it's at the end of the day, it takes a grown man to say, you know what, this is my queen. That's like one of the biggest things, you get me? There's a lot of guys who can go on the road and, you know what I mean, yeah, I got a girl, and some of them don't even declare their woman. So it's kind of crazy where a lot. Put it this way, it's one of those things where if a man has taken himself and decided, you know what, this is gonna be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
He has to understand that it's not a case where you have to be quiet about it, because ladies' emotions are totally different from ours.
Yeah, true.
You get me? So it's a case where if they feel like you're hiding me away from everybody else, the whole dynamics change altogether. So
they're gonna be like, how come you're not put me on show, as in not to like poppy show, on so people can see, but like to show that, at the end of the day, when men have their women, I think when you're in a relationship, you have to, mark the territory, as in scare the other girls away who will try it, or even the homewreckers, to make them know.
But this is what it is.
This area is secure.
But think of, this is what it is. This is what doesn't make no sense. It's a case where, okay, for example, if you don't declare your love for a woman, and you know your woman's beautiful, and she goes out and she gets the attention, then how's anybody gonna know that that's your woman? Because if you're not gonna, and then it stems into and that's when arguments start. You see, because it's like somebody will go back to your friend, to the same guy. Yeah, you know what? I seen your girl getting chatted up by and then he goes on like, wow, how come you getting chatted up by? Well, you haven't even declared my love. You get me? You haven't even gone out your way to say, you know what, this is my woman, XYZ. So it's a no-brainer, really. It's like, it's in terms of the pride and stuff like that. A lot of if as I said before, if a guy's gonna commit to a woman, he has to understand it's not you're my girl. You know what? No one needs to know, because it doesn't work like that.
So basically, it's like girls are a man's wifey when they're ready.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? When they're ready at their disposal. And I think personally, it falls into, like, obviously Valentine's Day is here, and it's like, even if for me, I'd cook the missus food, set up the table, roses, bro, on the floor, like all of that stuff, romance and all that. You know, your woman loves that, but I know that I know there's a lot of pride going on, but even the road mans, do you know what I'm saying to you, like, can break out and be romantic to their woman. They don't need to go on road and show weakness and all of that stuff. Just eat at home. You can do that. And hear the joke. When we watch them gangster movies, all the bad men and the gangsters, they always show their woman that they love them. Come on, really, you know, it's true. You know, they're there for their woman. They're trying to love them, romance, buy them this, buy them that, and they tell them I love you and things like that. So even they show emotion. You know what I mean?
It's one of the, because I just believe that right now, in this day and age, as young black men, it doesn't have to be young black men, young men in general. We just have to break out of this whole thing of, you know what I mean, not declaring love and not showing love. And that's what it is. It's just that there's a cycle going on that needs to be broken. So it's a case where this is where it starts from us. So we doing what we're doing,
setting the pace,
setting the pace, because you know what I mean, there's young teenagers now who will look at that. There's a lot of people who look at my relationship, you get me? I'm married, I got my wife, but it's for example, it's like a week ago, someone had a conversation with my wife saying, oh, you know what? I love how your husband posts on his Instagram and his social media, and it's not only posting. I support my wife in whatever she does. You get me? So when she's doing great things, I support that whatever she does. So
and that is key for a relationship.
And that's what it is. So it's a case where you don't have to post and say, you know what? Yeah, I love my lady. It's not just that. It's a case of posting about your wife, about your girlfriend, in terms of supporting what she does, and
the achievements, isn't it?
And that's what it is. So it's a case where, and it's all good.
Watch the bling though.
Ready
bling. Aye.
It's all good. It's all good. You know what I mean? Posting on social media, letting people know, you know what, this is my girl, I love her so much. But with my wife, it's the case where what she loves about what I do is that I post about her achievements, and supporting her the most.
That helps her confidence
and
as
helps
well.
her, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So it's a case where we just gotta break that cycle of, you know what I I mean, guys not declaring love,
shying away from it,
shying away, and that, you know what I mean. And it's kind of deep, because it's like a lot of the guys. I'm being real now. A lot of the guys who don't declare their love, in their mind, they're probably thinking, you know what, is this lady the right woman for me?
There's doubt in it. There's a
doubt. There's a doubt, and if the guy's a player, he's not gonna do it. If the guy's got his thing going on, he's not going to do it. So it's a case where
cake and eat it and
this is what I'm saying. So it's a case where, and this is what I always say. I say to myself, I always say this. I say, you know what? As a man and that, if you wanna play the field, and do what you wanna do not go into a relationship. Do not mess about with a woman's emotions. Don't wear like that.
And so the good women as well, because I always okay, then people cheat and people do things, you know, caught up in the moment, get hormonal, they don't know, they go through things in the relationship and then do things. But for me, I've always seen it as this, like, I don't, each to their own, but I wouldn't think to myself, okay, I've got my missus at home, she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's doing all the stuff for me as what she likes to do for me. I'm doing, you know, the stuff in the house as well, but she's looking after me because she's supposed to build, she's trying to build a support network. And then I'm going out entertaining a girl that's not wifey, that hasn't got the qualities that I love at home, and then stuff happens, and then you come back home and you crawl back into bed with your wife.
That's what I'm saying.
And then someone would have the cheek to kiss a woman on the head. Good night, babe. Good night. What?
Yo, listen. There's been so much situations in terms of them kind of things. It's a case where a lot of men get burnt. So with the same scenario, it's not even as simple as that sometimes. Because a lot of these guys get burnt in terms of they'll play the field and get another girl pregnant that's not even got no qualities whatsoever. But they got their wife at home, so it's kind of crazy. But as I said before, it's a case where the pride needs to stop, and it's a case, and it's as young men,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people watching us from teenagers and
Yeah,
stuff
so
like that. So we have to set the example.
Yeah, of course.
With anything we do.
Yeah,
You get
of
me?
course.
So-
And it's good that I can, rap with you about these things, because obviously I've got my book. It's about how to better your relationship, love your woman.
Yeah.
The women can uplift themselves, and as a man you can learn many things about a woman because they can teach you about yourself as well.
Oh, yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And I think there's some men out there who just are just turned off by the book. They're like, oh, Mala's talking soft.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm like
nah.
this. You know what I say? I'm like this. Listen, you see, when you want your family and your kids, and you want a stable woman,
Yeah.
these are the things that you're gonna have to do.
You
Do you know what I mean?
bro.
Like to make a home, you're gonna have to do those things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So stop getting influenced. But we can move on to yourself and building a good relationship, as we were saying.
Yeah.
Romance, and actually a question for you.
Yeah.
What would you say to the man's like? Do you agree, like, people go on a Valentine's Day date, who should pay? Do you know what I'm saying? Traditionally, they say the man will. Who do you
Listen,
reckon?
let me just break it down.
Yeah, go on.
Let me break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife has never paid for a meal.
Okay,
Never.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even the dating stages, I've never made her pay.
Okay.
A lady should never pay. Simply, no, a lady should never pay.
But-
so when it's kind of crazy when you see
But what
all
about
these
if the man
programs.
doesn't have this certain amount of funds, and it's his, like it's not, all right. Then she's the breadwinner, and he's like, is it a half and half thing is good,
Yeah, but it's one of those things where the way you have to look at the situation, right?
Yeah.
You have to have these initial conversations before it does happen.
True.
Because no one doesn't like to be embarrassed. So it's a case where
Oh yeah, that is key. Conversation.
this is what I'm saying. You have to have that communication. You have to have a conversation, because I'm not gonna if I ain't got the money.
Yeah.
I'm not going into some expensive restaurant.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
bill comes, and next thing you know, I'm looking all embarrassed.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
You have to have that conversation before. You know what, babes? I mean, at this present time, I don't think I'll be able to.
Just be straight up. innit?
Straight up, that's it. That's
Straight
what
up.
it is.
So like, if your man meets a girl and say Valentine's Day, want to go on a date, and you say, you know what, I'm in a situation and X, Y, Z. To be honest, I'd say good girls would be like, no, don't worry about that. Don't like it's nothing,
it's
because
true.
I'm not here to date you for your money.
Exactly,
I'm here to find out about you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so it goes both ways. Even though men
Definitely.
are trying to, live up to expectation, or they have to be that alpha role model man with the money and everything. Women also can also step up. Even if a man says, don't worry about it, but it'd be good if a woman's saying, I can pay, like to show the man
No, but that's true. That's the
that
truth, because
she's putting on the table. She's got the heavy bricks on the table.
No, it's true.
You know
It's
what I
true,
mean?
because even with my missus, she even says that, oh, you want to. I just have to look at her, but but it's just respectful at the end of the day, because it's one of those things. Because my wife, she's always been independent, and that's what it starts from.
Okay. So
An independent lady would offer that. Mm-hmm. A lady, you know what I'm saying? So it's a case where, when it comes to a lady independent, she doesn't receive anything like for free. She's always worked. She's always fend for herself. She's always done her own thing. So it's kind of like that. You get me? But in terms of spending, in terms of like a man, like obviously Valentine's Day. Yeah, man has to do his thing, man. He has to.
You know what I say as well, because I've always said to the youngers, and that I'm like in a family and stuff and friends, even if you cook your food at home and you be creative,
and that's cheaper.
Creativity.
And that's cheaper.
Do you know, women would admire that fact that you actually went out as that Tesco, bought a few little things, even if you bought up the food.
Well,
do you know what I mean? I know.
But you know what? It's and that's where it's not only, I say cheaper. It's not only just cheaper. It's making an effort. You see that, because anybody could go and have a meal, but it's a different level when you're making an effort. And you're over the stove and you're making food and you present it a certain way.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's different. It's a different level altogether. It's a different level altogether. That's what I'm saying. So it's like when I do cook for my wife and that, she loves it, because it's making an effort. And it's like, you know what? Sometimes a lady doesn't want to dress up and go out all the time.
Yeah,
she wants a
just
home cooked meal
and be comfortable.
And that's
Do you know what I'm saying?
exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So it's nice to surprise as well.
Yeah, the element of surprise is nice.
Them little things. So it's okay. You know what I mean? Because I'm not being funny, but with my wife and that, she gets flowers every week. You get me? Every week she gets flowers and that. And it's just something that.
That's something that you do. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But she loves it because it's one of those things where, as I said before, Valentine's is just a day, one day.
Yeah.
And love is a 365-day thing. You get me? It's not just a Valentine's thing. So it's a case where there's a lot of people who have their little Valentine's thing. Yeah. And the next thing you know, 2 weeks after, everything's back to normal.
Yeah, it's true. It's a phase. But because I believe that on the flip side, I do think like with Valentine's Day, it's just for some people or some men who are too busy. And then Valentine's Day comes up, it reminds them, you know what, this is the day, make an effort. And if that man who's busy for the rest of the year does not make it effort on one day, then that woman needs to start thinking, hold on.
Yeah, definitely.
You had one day.
Definitely.
You had one day, just one day. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's true.
But so you was telling me, you know, about you're married and stuff, and you was telling me about the magazine. So let me know what.
Yeah. So basically, what we did as a couple, it is normally after weddings you have like a photo album, an XYZ. But what it is, me and my wife, we produced a magazine.
Okay.
And now it's basically a business for her. So the business is called The Wedding Magazine.
Okay.
Basically what it is...
With the Wedding Magazine.
Yeah.
Anton
that did. So this is the bespoke. This is like a personal one for us. So as I said before, with photo albums, you just get photos, and really it doesn't really paint like a story.
Okay.
But with this magazine, it's a case where we've got like not just the wedding day.
Now that's amazing.
What's happened before the wedding?
No. This is amazing. So this is your obviously your business venture. What's the connection like if someone wants to contact you, the website or?
Well, not me per se, but basically, if you want to contact my wife, the Wedding Magazine, it's on Instagram. So it's the Wedding Magazine. Basically, just type it in search and you'll find the page.
Okay.
So basically, it's one of those things where you don't have to be. In terms of having you don't have to be married per se and then have a magazine after. Okay. So if you was married 10 years ago and it's a case where you wanted to still have a keepsake for your guest or family members and stuff like that, you can still do that because there's a lot of people who have journeys. So it's a case where a lot of people they get married and then they have a kid, they have a child, and then So basically, it's one of those things where with the magazine now, you could be married 5 years ago, 7 years ago. You still can have those pictures that you've had
for all the memories, build up a story.
And build it up, and then if you had a child, you can also incorporate that into your own customized magazine.
Yeah, man, that is wicked. That's a good achievement. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna share all of that on my Insta and that.
Yeah, man.
Boy, sir, that's good to hear.
Yeah, so she's turned it into because she's a photographer, professional photographer. So she's got her own business.
Okay, where can you find that? What's the website?
Yeah, Lens Eye Photography.
Okay,
so that's on Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's good. I'm just getting the plug in there because obviously you're representing something. We're sitting there, we're talking about men. So as opposed to your relationship, you've now transitioned into business with your woman. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
This is what it is. It's cause the way how we are. I'm business minded. She's business minded. So we're never idle. Yeah. So it's a case where, in terms of supporting each other, we've got a support network. Because I'm a graphic designer. Yeah. She's a wedding photographer. Yeah. So it works.
Yeah.
All together. So it's a case where when she's working on certain programs for her wedding stuff and she doesn't know or she's not sure about it, then I help her. And if I'm not sure about certain things, so it's like she's got me into shooting music videos and stuff like that. She got me into that. So in terms of like editing and stuff, she's helped me with that. So it's just that we bounce off each other, and that's what it is. It's one of those things where, no joke, she's as a relationship, if you're in a relationship, your partner has to help you grow. Yeah, and that's what she's made me. No, she's made me grow. That's wicked. You get me? So it's a case where I can do better on myself, whatever, but I could do better.
Of course.
With her. You get me? So she's helped me grow in so many ways. So
no, that's good. That's good. Well, that's another conversation that we can have. Being in a relationship and doing business together. That would be an interesting podcast. What we'll do. We can talk about that. Have yourself on the show. But
definitely.
This is my book, and I'm giving this to you. Obviously, a guest on the show.
Yeah, thanks, man.
For you and your wife.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I'm taking a read on this today.
Uplift you know, the relationship.
Yeah.
Not everything would appeal to you. Some things appeal to different people and stuff. So that's my gift.
Thanks, man.
What can I say? I'm just happy that you come on the show, and we've been rapping and talking about some positive stuff.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like I've seen, because from the back I watch a lot of things and I've seen you grow. You get me? And I've seen the things that you do, and it's impressive. I like it, man. You know what I mean? I love it. Trust me, love it, man.
The support is there, and I just know the energy is there, especially on so many levels as a relationship. So we're on the same way, but I'm gonna have you back on a podcast and we can talk more stuff.
Yeah, definitely, man. It'll be nice to, because obviously you have like your like panel based as well.
Yeah. The show, so, the live show that we're gonna have.
Yeah, man. I'd love to be part of that.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah,
okay,
I'll be there, man.
But thanks for coming on the show, Anthony.
Yeah, that's alright, man.
Say hello to your wife.
Yeah,
because she's a strong woman, and
trust me, man.
We'll have to do a podcast and get your wife on here.
Yeah, that'll be good, man.
And all the pros and the cons and things to manage. But
nah, bro. All right. Love it, man. Love it, man. Love it. Cool. Thanks, man.